At Automatic AI, we are revolutionizing sports training through AI technology. Hi, I'm Julien Bourgeois, and growing up, I dreamed of playing college basketball. To chase this dream, I'd go outside every day in my driveway and grind. I wanted so badly to get better, but what I found was that effort does not always equal progress. I would have loved to have something like a private trainer telling me what I was doing wrong, or thousands of dollars of equipment to accelerate my skills. But these were elite resources that were inaccessible to me at the time. And they still are, to over 885 million non-professional athletes all around the world. These players are experiencing a vast accessibility gap, and whoever can close this faces a huge opportunity. There are existing iPhone apps and stat tracking balls out there, but neither of these provide real-time feedback to athletes, nor practical feedback that tells them how to get better. So at Automatic, we are tackling this issue head-on, starting with basketball. Introducing Ball AI, our flagship product. Post-revenue, Ball AI is an app that allows basketball players to track all of their training right from their iPhone. Using advanced computer vision, we can automatically detect their makes, misses, and percentages. We also have algorithms to track their locations, angles, and intensity levels. But most importantly, using modern-day AI technology, we can give them real-time coaching tips on their form and tempo, something that the market has never seen before. Let me show you. If you're using Ball AI, it's easy. All you have to do is put your phone down, point it towards the hoop, and start shooting. It'll automatically track all your makes and misses, as well as your locations and angles. And every now and then, you'll get a real-time piece of feedback telling you what you're doing wrong. So you can see here that it's telling me to widen my stance and be more stable in my release. This is crucial because I can make real-time adjustments and improve while I'm training. I hear all of these stats in real time on my AirPods, and I can see them in real time on my Apple Watch. This is very beneficial for players, but it's also helpful for their coaches, which is why we've built out a dashboard that allows coaches to track all of their player training and hold them accountable. They can look at team-wide stats as well as individual player stats, and they can customize their training by building custom workouts and programs for their team. We're proving the concept for this dashboard by having piloted with 2 college teams already and 1 training facility. And we just partnered with the Mississippi Association of High School Coaches to push this to every single high school team in Mississippi starting today. We've built the most accessible, immersive, and portable training solution ever, which is why we stand out. Compared to Ballogy and HomeCourt, which are also iPhone apps, we actually give valuable real-time feedback through the AirPods and through the unique Apple Watch system. And this feedback is practical, using modern-day AI to tell the shooter how to get better. Again, something that the market has never seen before. Compared to SIQ, which is a stat tracking ball, Ball AI users just need an iPhone, so they don't need an extra ball or piece of hardware to use our technology. And compared to Noah, which is a sensor system that college teams install throughout their gyms, well, again, Ball AI is on the iPhone, so players can use it when they're home, on vacation, at the complex. It's not bound to a certain facility, giving coaches a 24/7 God's eye view of their player training. So we've built a product that truly the market has never seen before. But how did we get here? In January of 2024, we launched as an MVP on the Apple Watch only. We were using the sensors in the Apple Watch to track some of the metrics that we still track today. We grew this product up to 2,000 active users and got tons of amazing feedback. Like most MVPs, our app was way too inaccurate and did not give enough stats to users to get better. So we got back to the drawing board and we launched an improved update in November with workout goals, fitness and health tracking, court location tracking, and improved accuracy. This allowed us to grow up to 5,000 active users and a couple hundred paying subscribers. But by March, we saw that our monthly active and weekly active user counts were steadily declining. So we reached out to thousands of these users and got tons of feedback. And we found that there was a common theme. The Apple Watch was a barrier. Whether it was too expensive, too uncomfortable to wear on the shooting hand, or too difficult to use, it was a common problem for the consumer. Additionally, consumers were not willing to pay a lot for a product that wasn't yet viral and didn't yet have a community feel to it, leading to 2 major expansions. One, our Ball Teams B2B dashboard, which allows us to now serve this technology to a higher paying set of customers with a higher demand for the technology. This ultimately de-risks our funding as well as our marketing plan because we can now use these credible customers as a way to market to the end consumer at the end of the day. Also, launching on the iOS camera now means Ball AI users no longer require an Apple Watch, making our technology so much more accessible and also increasing our margins because we no longer have to worry about getting 20 Apple Watches into a high school gym. We're currently building out those partnerships with the Mississippi Association of Coaches, as well as a brewing partnership with Ole Miss Athletics. And we are so excited to start pushing to every single high school team in Mississippi starting today. But it's not just this journey that's proving our traction and concept. It's the difference we're making for customers. Here are testimonies from Ball AI users from all over expressing how much they love using the app to get better. And on top of that, coaches are already talking about it. These kind words were said by Coach Bill Lewitt, the assistant coach at Oral Roberts University, a program with a $2.2 million annual budget. We've done all of this with a young, technical, and driven founding team. As CEO, I built the foundation of our tech stack, and now I'm handling our sales and fundraising. Finn is our CMO, and he's built out our sales pipeline and started to create these brand partnerships. Together, we've recruited a team of 5 highly talented developers in AI, full stack, and data science to push forward our product for years to come. We also have an experienced advisory board in business, finance, AI, sports tech, fitness tech, but most importantly, basketball. These highly respected trainers and coaches have contact lists of hundreds, thousands of coaches all around the country that they're ready to help us push out to when the time comes. But right now, we're focused on our umbrella partner in Mississippi. So we're hoping to get 10 to 15 Mississippi high school teams onto the platform by the end of the year. We can then hopefully get a lot of feedback from these teams so that we can improve the product and retain them as full-paying clients. We'll then open up a referral program so that we can get a couple dozen teams onto the platform by the beginning of next year. And then we'll have a community so we can start to create content around these teams' experiences with our product and ultimately attract a broader range of aspiring consumers that look up to them. Once we prove the concept right here in Mississippi, we have coaching networks in Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, and all over the Deep South, and all over the country for that matter. So we can just rinse and repeat this process as we go on. So for our pricing model, our consumer app is free, and we also have a premium plan for more features. For our team's product, we have a base plan and a premium plan for more features, and I'm happy to talk about this more during Q&A. We've opened our $500,000 pre-seed round. We currently have 150 of that committed. Additionally, we have $250K committed in SSBCI funding from InvestMS, and pending due diligence, we'll be able to have 18 months of runway here to get 100 basketball teams onto our platform and 5,000 paying subscribers onto our consumer app. This will equate to roughly $50K a month in revenue. Taking a look at the round, you can see that we'll spend around 45% in distribution and staff salaries. We'll spend around 27% in COGS, which is server fees, Apple tax, and servicing our existing products. And then we'll spend around 28% in R&D, so improving our team's dashboard as well as our video tracking AI capabilities. Over time here, you can see that we're investing heavily into our R&D as well as our distribution so that we can hopefully hit those raised milestones in about a year's time. This gives us an extra 6 months of that runway to raise our seed round, and as we will approach a potential break-even in Q3 of 2027. So in summary, Automatic is accessible, it is portable, and it provides valuable, real-time, and practical feedback to athletes. We have a consumer app on the App Store called Ball AI with 2,000 users and 200 paying subscribers. We have a web dashboard called Ball Teams for coaches, and we just partnered with the Mississippi High School Association of Coaches to push this to every single high school team in the state starting today. And we have opened our $500,000 pre-seed round with only $100,000 to go, and we're hoping to close. Thank you. So let me go back to our demo slide here. Sorry. So the camera was the video I showed earlier. So the players can simply prop their phone up onto like a water bottle or even put it on a tripod, and they'll point it towards the hoop, and it'll automatically track all of their makes, their misses, locations, many of the metrics and more that we were tracking just with the Apple Watch. So as you can see right here with this video, I don't know if that's going to play. But the Apple Watch still does play a role, right? Because we have that system where all that data from the camera technology is syncing in real time to the Apple Watch. So compared to our competitors, users don't have to walk back to their phone and look at the stats anymore. They can still see them with the Apple Watch. And something that coaches really love is that we're still tracking like the heart rate and the calories and the intensity levels, which is really important for coaches when they're monitoring their players. Yes, ma'am.
I'm confused. I thought you said you worked it out so that you could get rid of the Apple Watch, but do they still need it or not?
No, ma'am, they do not. The Apple Watch is just a complement now. So our main driver is the iPhone, which makes it accessible to pretty much everybody in the world. And then the Apple Watch is a complementary thing that they can just sync up as well as like their AirPods so that they can get that real-time feedback that they're looking for.
Will the AirPods work with just the phone?
Yes, sir. So you can wear the AirPods or headphones or whatever, and you'll hear all the stats and the coaching tips in real time. Yes, sir.
Yeah, distinguish between shooters, so in other words, can a whole team be out there shooting and it count with the top of the team?
So right now, it is solely a training tool for an individual user, but we are building a system that will track multiple users at once, multiple balls at once, which then will allow us to evolve the technology into tracking more than just an individual session. It could probably track group shoot-arounds as well. Yes, sir.
That leads directly to a thought I had is if you can actually watch a game, you get to see practice versus training versus the individual, and you get to see kind of where the gaps are even in the players during the game. Like I could see even college universities really value this if they could see like the whole collective.
Yeah. We are so excited for the capabilities that this technology has. We're super focused right now on the training experience, but as we get our proof of concept and we have hundreds of teams all over the country using this, that's when we can definitely get into the game stats and do some really cool things.
Can it be used for any other sport?
That is definitely on the broader vision, but right now we are really focused on basketball. I grew up my whole life playing basketball, so this has been a passion project for me. I've been working on this since I was 16 years old, really trying to prove this out with basketball, but there's applications in all other sports like golf, tennis, and pickleball. Yes, sir.
Do you know what your cumulative losses are until you get to break even on your chart? And also, what are the barriers to entry to keep somebody else from copying you?
Sorry, this thing's. So for our chart, our cumulative losses, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm a techie. I'm a tech guy, so I'm still learning the financials and the business side of things. But we have projected to make around $650K in revenue until we hit that break even. So I'm assuming the losses would be a little bit. We'd net a little over 100K in 2026. So the losses would be, a little over 500, 600K. Our biggest barrier to entry was the fact that we were just on the Apple Watch. So we've alleviated that now that we're.
Others coming in and taking your place and copying you.
Oh, yes, sir. I would say our network. I grew up my whole life playing basketball, middle school, high school, AAU. So I have contact lists of coaches all over the country that also have contact lists. And these coaches believe in me. They believe in the product. They believe in our team. And they're ready to help us out and grow this product. There are a lot of, there's several other companies up there on the competitor list that we listed, but none of them are, kids fresh out of high school, fresh out of college that played basketball their whole lives that have that network that they're ready to push to. Yes, ma'am. A recruit, like for recruiting for, like.
Recruiters would have a plan that they would buy into. They would have a special platform maybe where they could see more than one school at a time or more than one player.
Yes, for sure. The recruiting is something we've really thought could be a cool aspect, especially once we get into the teams. Well, I'll just give you an example. A lot of those college coaches that are on our advisory boards are they're assistant coaches. They do recruiting for their teams. Well, if we have high schools all over the country using it, they can go on and they can start to scout out players and find players. So that is definitely something we have in the product roadmap, just not in the immediate moment, but that's a really exciting feature. Awesome. So right now our tracking is around like 93 to 95% accuracy. When we first launched the iOS system, it was at 90% accuracy. So each and every day, we are collecting so much data. We are field testing. We already have a feedback loop built into the product. So the model is only going to get better. Our best competitor, Home Court, their accuracy is at around like 97 to 98%. So we're really trying to get up to that accuracy. And by incorporating our feedback loop and collecting more data, we'll be able to get there in the months to come. Yeah, so that's actually what has found to be my biggest selling point to these teams. The fact that we are actually saving the videos of people playing. So like coaches always ask like, well, what if my players like half-ass this? Well, you know, the coaches can just now go in and watch the video and see, okay, my player's not, you know, messing around. But also too, this is huge for marketing, right? Because if we have teams that agree to do those brand partnerships with us and players that consent to, like, let's just say there's a leaderboard challenge or something, well, we can take videos of those players using the app and share them online. Well, we just got all that content for pretty much free. So we don't have to pay UGC anymore. We don't have to pay for these big brand deals because we're creating our own content from the beautiful product we've built. Yes, sir.
You didn't answer about IP protection other than cellular versus market. I see a problem if you don't have any IP protection. I thought maybe you did when I heard you pitch before. What's stopping Apple from seeing your success and developing it themselves and selling it with their iPod?
So Apple tax is around 30%. That's because Apple built their entire infrastructure for developers like myself to build apps so that they could make passive income off of them. So it's part of Apple's business model for this to happen. If Apple wanted to do exactly this, the market size would have to be large enough. Well, this product is still entirely niche. And after researching a lot of exits that Apple has conducted over the past few years, and I mean companies that Apple has bought out, it's been similar products like sleeping apps, running apps. And so we fall into their wheelhouse when it comes to a potential exit strategy, rather than them directly competing with us. So we just really need to get big enough. Yes, ma'am.
So is your stats improved?
A little bit, because I haven't played competitive basketball in over 2 years, so this has actually been helping me get back into the groove of things. Yes, sir.
You mentioned that the app gives you coaching points or teaching points and so forth. Is that based on just the percentage of shots, or does it analyze the mechanics of your shot?
Yes, so the real-time coaching feedback that feature is currently in beta. It uses modern-day AI that's been coming out. I don't know if you guys have been seeing it. It's been crazy. It's like the new wave, the new technology revolution. It's currently a base model, but as we collect more data, we're actually analyzing their form, right? So we're feeding it video, and we're analyzing their form. And as we collect more data of our users, we can actually tailor that feedback, right? What does a coach want to see in his player's jump shot? What does a player want to see in their own jump shot? And so I hope that answers your question. We are super excited for where that feature can go. Thank you.